All right, the TGI Fridays of all TGI Fridays. The windfall elimination and the GPO are history after 4 decades. Rotten hell, Dan Rostenkowski. A lot of hard work went into this. I'd like to take a moment to thank National President Pat Yost. We certainly haven't always agreed on strategy, but finally we have results. So to Pat and the rest of the team in DC, Tim Richardson and Jim Pasco and the crew, thank you for all the hard work on behalf of the men and women of the Chicago Police Department and Lodge 7, along with law enforcement everywhere. The coalition that you guys formed with not only the IAFF, the teachers union, the mail carriers, the federal workers, and every other union involved in this process made a difference. And finally, gone are the days of excuses and accepting those excuses, or basically just outright being ignored. And no more can that be the way forward. And I think politicians finally realized it was shit or get off the pot time, because there would be a political price to pay if they did not. That has always been the easiest way to get legislation done. That's what politics is all about. Am I going to get reelected? And if they do not fear your ability to make that a reality, they do not care. Finally, they cared enough to do something. It's done. Let's move on. Locally, and the fiasco with Brandon Johnson and what he has done with the public school board, appointing his lackeys to then fire Pedro Martinez is an outright abuse of power. And I'm just going to start with the 5 lackeys who voted to fire Pedro Martinez. Just know, I hope you have no political aspirations, because we will be paying attention. We will make sure your name is mud for the rest of your political career, whatever you decide to do. You are disgusting. You did his bidding, and what you have done to this city by now carte blanche giving CTU and Stacey Gates whatever she wants will never be forgotten. And on that note, to think that the teachers now are going to jump the line ahead of our police supervisors and the firefighters who have been without a contract for 3 more years than the teachers' expired contract is just egregious and disgusting and wrong. And hopefully enough of the city council members who were disgusted by the budget process push back on this and make sure that the first responders whose contracts have been expired for over 3.5 years get made whole first before anybody else. Those need to be addressed, and then do what you will from there. But I will tell you lastly this: we will be in Springfield this spring, and we will be seeking state statute language to have a mayoral recall provision put on the ballot so we can finally have a way to get rid of ridiculous mayors who do nothing but worsen the city for all of us. And it is going to get enough votes to become a reality. I can tell you that. Stay tuned for the progress on that. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a glass of wine, a drink, whatever your beverage of choice, and let's celebrate a victory after 4 decades. Have a good weekend.